From the village to the sky. People say dreams are free, but making them come true is never easy. I grew up in a small village with my best friend. Our village had dusty roads, simple houses, and green fields stretching into the distance. We didn't have much, but we had each other. Every morning we walked to school together, carrying our worn-out bags. We laughed, we raced each other, and talked about what we wanted to become when we grew up. One afternoon, after school, we sat beneath a large mango tree to escape the hot sun. Suddenly, we heard the sound of an airplane. We both looked up as it crossed the bright blue sky. My friend smiled and pointed at it. "One day," he said, "I'm going to fly one of those." I laughed and replied, "Really? Then don't forget me when you become a pilot." He looked at me and said, "Forget you? Never. You'll be my first special guest." At the time, we both laughed. To be honest, I thought he was just dreaming like every other child. But unlike most people, he never stopped believing. As the years passed, life became more difficult. Sometimes we had to study without electricity. Sometimes we shared books because we couldn't afford our own. Yet every challenge made him more determined. While everyone else was asleep, he'd stay awake studying. He kept telling me, "Dreams only work when you keep working." Those words stayed with me. Eventually, we finished school and our paths looked different, but friendship stayed the same. Years later, on a normal morning, my phone rang. "Bro," he said, excitement in his voice, "I finally did it." I smiled. "Did what?" "I'm officially a pilot." For a moment, I couldn't even speak. I remembered that little boy sitting under the mango tree, pointing at the airplane. His dream had finally become reality. He laughed and said, "Come to the airport tomorrow. I have a surprise waiting for you." I agreed immediately. That invitation would become one of the most unforgettable days of my life. The next morning, I woke up before my alarm. I could barely sleep because I was so excited. I got dressed, picked up my small travel bag, and headed straight to the airport. As soon as I arrived, I saw my best friend standing at the entrance in his pilot's uniform. He looked confident and proud. For a moment, I couldn't believe my eyes. This was the same boy who used to walk barefoot with me to school, dreaming beneath a mango tree. He smiled and opened his arms. "Bro," he shouted. We hugged tightly. "I'm proud of you," I said. He smiled and replied, "Thank you. Today, you're my special guest." He handed me a visitor's pass and led me inside the airport. Everything fascinated me. People hurried from one gate to another. Flight attendants welcomed passengers with bright smiles. Pilots walked confidently through the terminal. It felt like I had stepped into a completely different world. A few minutes later, we arrived beside a huge airplane. "This is the aircraft I'll be flying today," he said proudly. I looked at the plane and smiled. "You really made it," I whispered. We climbed the stairs and entered the aircraft. Inside, everything looked clean and beautiful. Then he took me into the cockpit. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. There were screens, buttons, switches, and controls everywhere. "This is where all the magic happens," he joked. We laughed and took a few pictures together. After a while, it was time to prepare for takeoff. The engine started with a deep roar. The aircraft slowly moved toward the runway. My heart beat faster and faster. Then suddenly, the plane accelerated. Within seconds, we were in the air. I looked through the window as the houses became tiny dots below us. The rivers looked like silver ribbons, and the clouds surrounded us like soft white mountains. "This is amazing," I said. My friend smiled. "I told you I'd show you something unforgettable." For several minutes, everything was calm and peaceful. Then the weather suddenly changed. Dark clouds gathered ahead. The aircraft began to shake gently. "It's just a little turbulence," my friend said calmly. I nodded, trying to stay relaxed. But the shaking became stronger. Warning lights flashed inside the cockpit. For a brief moment, my imagination took over. It felt as if the airplane had entered a magical world high above the clouds. In my mind, it looked like the wings gently brushed against glowing clouds that sparkled like stars. The sky became filled with beautiful colors. It was like watching a fantasy movie. Then I blinked. Everything returned to normal. The colorful clouds disappeared. The aircraft was flying safely again. I smiled to myself. Looks like my imagination is working overtime, I laughed. My friend laughed too. Maybe you should become a movie director instead. Soon the weather cleared. Bright sunshine filled the sky once again. The rest of the journey was smooth. As we approached the airport, I watched the runway getting closer. The wheels touched the ground gently. The aircraft landed safely. The passengers applauded. I let out a long breath. I don't think I've ever been that nervous, I admitted. My friend laughed. You did great. We walked out of the aircraft together. Standing beside the plane, we took one last picture. As we looked at the sky, I remembered the little boys we used to be. The boys who sat beneath a mango tree with nothing but hope and imagination. That day, I realized something important. Dreams don't come true overnight. They take hard work. They take sacrifice. They take patience. But if you never stop believing and never stop working, one day you'll look back and realize that the dream you once thought was impossible has become your reality. Before we left the airport, I smiled at my friend and said, "Next time, let's travel by bus." He laughed so hard that people around us started laughing too. Some journeys change your destination. Others change your life. This journey did both. The end.